Good evening, everyone. Today we're going to learn more about how our portfolio looks like during the red days. But before anything else, since we started talking about Bitcoin, let's go over Bitcoin real quick right now. So using a Fibonacci extensions, this is how we predict how long this thing could go higher, right? So these are the resistance from 120. It's been rejecting multiple times. We have this wicks. This is a rejection candle. We have created a new higher high, 123 all the way to 124, which is a good sign. Creating a new higher high is what we wanted for a continuous bullish signal to hopefully get to 130 to 134. However, we are under consolidations on the weekly chart. If we do fall, let me just take this, delete that one. So if you're a technical trader, we did have a breakout in here, create a new higher high, and then pull back. What is this? This is just like this. After a run, a pullback. And this was a what before? This is a what? A resistance, right? So we had a breakout right here. We had a breaking candle, create a new higher high right here, and bullish. So when we had a run up and we had a breakout, and then we do a pullback, and these are your resistance before and now serving as a support. Why do we do a pullback? We do a pullback so that we could be able to continue create a new higher high. As long as there is no fake out here and it ended up creating here, and then your real support lies here between 97, 98 to, give me 1 second. Support for that one, if it ever breaks below 117, 110, is possible we could get to 99 to 98. So this is what? A key support on the weekly. But right now, we are just having a run, a pullback, at the key support because this level was a resistance before, and we taught this 2 weeks ago. So if the resistance becomes a support, it's a possibility that it could reject and people could actually enter a trade here, and then we could ride up. And our resistance, according to Fibonacci extension, could head to 130 to 133. So to give you guys more levels, let's see if we are really bullish. Actually, you could do this and do that. So it's 130 to 134, or I'll say, okay. This could be like more a practical levels because 50% to 61%, it's been rejecting, and hopefully this will reject this support and we could get to 134. Oh, it's the same thing, 134. So this is just a prediction. Honestly, for me, Bitcoin looks pretty, still looks pretty. We do have a little bit of a megaphone, which is a volatile pattern right here. Remember, to touch confirms the trade. So we had a megaphone on the weekly. So this thing could go reject here and create a new higher high, maybe bouncing back from here and create a new higher high before we reach that 130 to 134. According to Fibonacci extension, we could get to 143, 149. And there is the possible level for Bitcoin if we continue with the bullish trend. Okay. But the key support for Bitcoin is still lies between 97 to 100,000. Questions with Bitcoin? But it's pretty. For me, it's bullish. It's bullish. I do like that retracement. And oh yeah, and you know what? Let's go ahead and find out what is that level of the retracement for
Miss May, I
Fibonacci.
have a question for you.
Go ahead.
I, I never understood how can some people say Bitcoin is going to 150,000? Is that just a guess or
It's a guess, and actually how you guess that is they have a formula for that. They use a market cap, and then
okay?
they do some type of formula, but it could get to 150 based on Fibonacci extension. You saw it.
Yeah.
So, and Fibonacci extension is pretty accurate. I mean, if you look at it, it touches 120. And 120 becomes a resistance right here, rejection candle. So it's been respecting multiple
Miss
times.
Mary,
Yeah.
Miss Mary, go slow. Show people how to do Fibonacci extension.
Yes. Let's go ahead and delete that.
They have an automatic one on there. I don't know if it's accurate or not. It's one that puts it on without you doing anything.
Yeah. You could do an indicator for Fibonacci extension. I am very sensory, so I have to make sure I mean, I'm old school. I learned technicals old school, and I don't rely too much on the indicator. I do pattern trade, so I am a confirmation trader. So I don't rely too much on the indicators. You guys could share your indicators. If I do find a good indicator, I could share it to you guys, but this is a good way to predict your take profit level or the resistance, how far the stocks can go or crypto can go. So what you do is first you identify the most or the recent pullback or rally and pullback. Others will argue with me that this is the most recent. Yes, indeed it is. We could use that, right? So using the lowest low on this green candle and then the highest high on this red candle, and then we had a pullback, slightly pullback. You could extend it here. Your first is the lowest low, highest high, and then the pullback. So these are the levels for a possible resistance of Bitcoin. So number one, we said 122 to 125. It did reach. We got 123 to 124. So we are in range, right? Do you agree? I think that's a pretty good predictions. There's an uncharted chart right here. There's no candles to follow, so we can look at the left side. So in order for us to find out what are the levels of resistance if there's no candles on your left side. So using a Fibonacci extension, 3 points, lowest low, the most recent rally and pullback, lowest low, highest high, pullback. These are the level of resistance. You see it? So right now, we just hit the 61% Fibonacci extension. Let's see if we could make this a little bit accurate and see. This is right here. Yeah, it's pretty accurate, I guess. And then 100%, and then 127% to 141%. The 150 lies from 148 to 156. But yes, it is possible. It's right here, according to Fibonacci extension. Every week, it seems like crypto increased their market cap on cryptocurrency. Like you get that from your Coinbase. I just received it that, crypto market just continued to increase. A lot of investors, including ourselves, been investing in crypto. It's becoming secured assets for majority of us. And due to their volatility, people's making a lot of money. So if we don't believe in crypto or you don't have a crypto, then perhaps you could consider ETF that is crypto related. What are those? Misty is number one, Ethu is number two, and there's more. SOLT is another one for Solana. So if you have no access to your crypto, perhaps consider an ETF. Any questions?
No questions. So far, so good.
So far, so good. Okay, this is not Solana. Looking for Solana, this right here. Let's take a look at Solana because some of you guys are trading. What are you guys trading right now? SOLT, right? Let me clean up my.
Hey, can you
Okay.
please repeat those ETFs, please?
For
The cryptos that you just said.
okay, for the cryptos, we have BITX, right, Ertuan? For Bitcoin, is that correct? Ertuan, help me
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Okay.
BITX and BITU. They are 2x Bitcoin. BITU.
This is for Bitcoin, for Solana,
That's what bit.
SOLT.
Solana is salt with a
Uh-huh.
T. Yeah.
This is for Solana, and we have ETHU for Ethereum.
Yeah.
XRPT, I think, right, Ertuan? Or
And
XRP.
Or
XRP2.
or
X,
ETU for Ethereum.
XRP.
No, ETU. ETU.
Oh, that's right, ETHU. I'm sorry.
ETHU and then ETHU.
Yep.
So there are two of them. Okay.
These are for
ETU.
ETFs. So this is Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, EXRP. What is the EXRP again? Oh,
No, XRPT. XRPT is for XRP.
I deleted it. I'm sorry. Let me do it again. My hands are so fast. BITX, BITU. This is for Bitcoin. Trust me, it's hard to type on the, right? Then we have Solana. Salt. This is for Solana. The second one is Ethereum, which is ETHU and ETU, which we are familiar with ETHU. Oh, I'm very familiar with ETHU, just like everybody else, but I'm not familiar with ETU.
ETU is new one,
Ah,
Cheaper.
but it's still 2x.
okay. So cheaper. We'll
Yep.
take a look at it. Then we have EXRP.
XRPT.
XR,
XRPT. No, just X. XRPT. No E. There you go. That's for
XRPT for
XRP.
XRP, yeah, which is I think this is a good long-term investment, especially for XRP. XRP. Because XRP just started moving.
Another one is XXRP. 2x XRP.
Yeah.
So these are for XRP. So far, these are the new ETF that we could purchase to those people who doesn't have crypto on their portfolio. I think some of the states or country are limited buying crypto, so you don't miss out
New
on,
York is one of them.
huh?
New York is one of them.
New York and New Jersey, I think, right?
Mhm.
Some of them doesn't have their state doesn't regulate crypto, so they cannot buy it. So this is a good opportunity for them to be part of the crypto world. And to the countries who don't offer crypto, these are also the best way to do. And other countries too, they cannot do ETF. I think it was one of our students, Ertuan, Bulgaria. I think they don't do ETF, if I'm not mistaken. So be careful because not be careful, but some of you may not be able to purchase this, so depending on your country and your state regulation.
So these are all ETFs?
These are all ETF for crypto. So BITX, BITU for Bitcoin, SOLT for Solana, ETHU and E2 for Ethereum, XRPT for XRP, and the other one is XXRP. Okay.
Thank you.
Let's go ahead and clear all that. So this is Solana. All right, so you guys been in the class for quite some time with me. Help me analyze this chart. We are in the weekly, right? The best thing we have to do is we want to see where the market is going. Yes, we created a lower low, which is no bueno. We created a higher high, which is good. So this is a higher high right here, higher high. However, we are under consolidation. This is a strong downtrend, by the way. And this trend takes them a couple weeks. Not even, this takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's say 9, 10, 11. 11 candles, which is 11 weeks. This is a strong downtrend. However, on the upside, if this is a strong move to the upside, however, it's not. It takes us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It takes us 20 weeks just to get half of this. So this is not really a strong trend to the upside, right? However, it could continue to go like this and hopefully hit all the way here and create a new higher high. That's good. But how do we trade Solana, or how do we give a technicals on Solana? One, do you guys see any consolidation or any patterns? What do you guys see in the chart? Any patterns?
Double top.
Okay.
W.
We
Head
got a
and shoulder.
W. Very good. We do have a
very
W.
good.
You're
Yeah.
right. What else?
Higher highs.
Head and shoulder.
Head and shoulder. Yeah, we do a double head, right? We got a head and shoulder in here. But yeah, we could say that. We got a crooked head and shoulder. Underline that. Okay, not really confirmed. It actually rejected, so it's not a head and shoulder. So it's invalid. Okay, what else?
It's on an uptrend.
It is an uptrend. Why? Because we created a
Higher high
higher
and
high
higher low.
after this, higher low, higher high, and higher low. So yes, it's an uptrend. We have a macro uptrend. Actually, you know what? We do have a macro uptrend too right here. Right? We are
Also
in the
have a W pattern.
We do have a W pattern. Absolutely. That is the most important thing. W pattern right here. The neckline is here. It's broken, right? Confirmation is this candle. So that's a good way to take a look at technicals.
Can you mute the other one? They're disturbing us. Sorry.
So these are the confirmation of the W break on the neckline, right? We do this too.
Was there a cup on handle there?
I don't see a cup and handle in here.
Before it breaks up to the
It's a
upside?
slant
Inverse,
cup and
an
handle kind
inverse,
of deal.
yeah.
The last one.
A possible inverse cup and handle, yeah. That's actually
Well, not on the
No.
just on the
No,
uptrend.
it's on the W, Miss Mary.
it
On
is
the
in the
last
W.
W there.
Yes, we
Yeah.
just broke the neckline.
Yeah, but if you look in a slant way, the last dip was the handle, pulling back for the handle for the cup.
Are you talking about here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the cup, and then pull
Mini?
back.
Okay, we could do that. Yeah, you could do that. A mini cup and handle, but you're talking about weekly though. Weekly, you expect like a big move, right? But yeah, I could say, maybe on the daily, take a look at that. Okay, you can see a daily cup and handle right here. Because on the weekly, you cannot really tell. You only have like what, 2 candles in there. So if you put in on the daily, yeah, I could see it right here. This is a perfect cup and handle, a breakout, a breaking candle, and a confirmation to the upside, but now you are on top of the resistance, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now what do we need here? A breakout here, confirm the trend too. And how do we predict how far is that?
How deep is that cup?
That's right.
Bottom of the cup. Yeah.
Yeah, take this out. We could do it here or we could do it here. We have to be practical, okay? So you could do it here and it says that maybe this thing could get to 224, or we could do it here. If we see a breakout, this thing could get to, this is just an estimate,
260.
okay? 211 to 212. Oh yeah, you're right. 260, excuse me. I'm looking at the right here. Yes, right here, 260, 258 to 260, right? That's just an estimate. So that's a possibility, right? And then at the same time, so we have a bullish bias. We have a W pattern, an uptrend, and a broken a cup and handle. Which confirms, because what? We got a breakout. Confirms the trend here. We'll continue the move to the upside, which could possibly get to the highest is 260. This is a psychological resistance. So we do have a bullish bias here. But these are daily. This is daily. But the weekly We have a rising wedge. What is a rising wedge, by the way? A bearish, right? So a rising wedge is bearish, and then this momentum is quite not a strong momentum to the upside yet, but we do have also a beautiful W pattern. So we have multiple patterns. But if we're going to trade one pattern using a W, then yes, we enter a trade. And where is our first resistance? Where's our first resistance, guys? Come on. There's 80 students in here. Where is our first take profit?
206.
We are under resistance. That is correct. If we do break out this resistance, where is our first resistance to take profit? Because we are just trading a W pattern. These are the breakout candle. That's correct, Julika. Yes. Yes. Now I could see it. So if we do trade a W pattern using this conviction, right? We have a bullish, a higher conviction that this thing is going to go higher. Let's go ahead and delete this. Take this out. We're trading a W pattern right here. The neckline is broken. Your first resistance, of course, local, is your highest high right here. And then here, second, and your third is here. Don't forget this one too, obviously. We're going to treat it like this. Right? 1, 2, 3. These level. Okay? So yes, it's bullish. We just give us a confirmation that this thing will continue to be bullish. Why? Because finally, our MACD just processed on the bullish territory. Our MACD signal and our signal line right here. This confirms it. Normally, when the MACD this signal, the orange one, crosses above 0, it normally does a consolidation. And what I do like about this is your RSI is above 60. I do like an RSI above 60 because it has a stronger move, or it has a stronger momentum that this thing could continue to go higher. If we do 50, for me, 50, yes, it's in the bullish territory because it's above 50. But for me, a full confirmation of the RSI is normally above 60, which will give me a higher conviction that this one could continue to go higher and retest RSI all the way to, where is this? When we start passing 61, this thing could retest all the way to the overbought or 70 level of RSI right here. So we bullish, yes. But if this thing can start consolidating and then we just continue to do this, just remember we have a rising wedge. But know your pattern. W pattern, if you're trading this using a W pattern, know when to enter and know when to exit. If you're using this as a consolidation or a cup and handle on the daily, you take a look at your daily. You don't switch on the weekly. If you see a pattern on the weekly, you take a look at the breakout on the weekly. If you see the pattern on the daily, you take a look at the daily for a breakout. Does that make sense? Is that clear?
Yes.
All right. Anything else before we go to a class?
How do you consider like when the stock is going down, the tracking? Some people they just look at the chart and they say, "Oh, it's going down now." How do they know?
Well, first of all, when we say it's going down, just because some people say it's going down, it's tanking. And then you take a look
Right.
at your weekly, it's just a one red candle. What is one red candle? It's not going down, it's just a pullback, right? Well, if these people looking at the 3 minutes is going down, of course it's going down because you're looking at the shorter time frame. Maybe this one, oh, it's going down, it's going down. But if you look at the 5 minutes, it's just consolidating or just hitting your support. Right?
Okay.
So the only way to say that this thing fail the bullish structure, like this one right here. This gives me a conviction that, hey, we created a lower low. This could be a bearish trend now. However, it created a higher high after this. So now it's giving me a conviction that I think we create a higher high, higher low, higher high. What is that? When we see higher high, higher low, higher high, it's a bullish trend, right? But this thing is scary. And if I'm skeptical about that move, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the monthly and see if this, what is the retracement level on this pullback? Because they said it's falling. If you look at your retracement, it is not falling. It is what? It's on the 61 level Fibonacci, which is a retracement level, which is called the golden ratio. This thing is not falling. It's just a healthy pullback, a possible opportunity for us to enter a trade with a possibility of having 61% profit and exiting to the top.
Okay.
Okay.
Would you hold Solana for, let's say, 5 to 10 years, or just take profit in between?
Honestly, I used to have a lot of Solana too, and when we have the problem with what's his name now? I forgot that guy in Bahamas guy, the young guy, right? It ended up to $19, right? I did not. I sold it for a loss, a lot. I have a lot of Solana, but if I get to hold Solana again, I will hold it for 10 to 20 years. Yes. Solana is growing faster, honestly,
Yeah.
than Cardano. Cardano had so much potential. We thought that this thing is gonna go Mana, right? Those are the good crypto before the thinking like it's gonna do better. But which one does better? Solana went to $19, and this thing now it's $200 back to all-time high, which created a new higher high. It was right here. This thing went to $8. Look at that. If you
Right.
hold it back on 2022 with that guy, right? The one that who rip us a lot of people. If we hold on to that and hold it for a couple years, even 10 years, I think it will do good. The weekly chart looks promising. I mean, the monthly chart looks promising. It's approaching the 50 RSI, and we are climbing up higher again. This is okay. Needs to pull back. We cross above that signal line. This thing will continue its higher high. And how far Solana could go? You can use this one. You can extend it here. According to Fibonacci extension, you could get to back to 291, 341, 365, $400 to 474. These are the probability, I mean, the levels that Solana could go higher. It's, yes, we just honestly, this is what? This could be like a cup and handle too,
Yes.
right? So for me, I do like
Okay.
it. We have a double bottom right here. And then I think it's bullish. It's really bullish. Everywhere I go, it's bullish. Yes, we just have the we just keep in mind that we do have the rising wedge on the weekly, but we also have that W pattern. But it's fine. It's for me, it's good. It's volatile right now because you have a megaphone too on the weekly. So fine.
So what you're saying is it is still not there's opportunity for it to go up further, right? That's what you're saying, Mary.
I only see it based upon technical. I'm a technical gal. For me, it's bullish.
Okay, perfect. Thanks.
That's the only thing I could say. Fundamentally, I'm not quite sure what's going on fundamentally, but crypto has been continued to create a new higher high. Ethereum is doing awesome, especially Bitcoin. If we're going to follow Bitcoin, just like the SPY, right? We take a look at the SPY, see how the market is going. Based upon Bitcoin, it's bullish. We created a highest high, pull back on the resistance, now becomes a support. I think this thing could continue to go high. If we break below 107, this thing could get to the 100 versus 107, then we have 105 back to 100 to 98,000 97. So we have all the way here. Fall below 97, creating a new lower low, then we could see here 93,000 again to 92. Psychological support rise under 90 to 89, which was a key support for the weekly chart on the Bitcoin, because this was a support, becomes a resistance, a breakout. So this one is one of the keys. So there's a chance that it could fall below that? Yeah, absolutely, you can.
So Miss Mary, what do you think about Link, Onda, or Sui? What do you think about those three?
I used to own them.
I have some. I had it for a while actually. That's why I asked you.
Okay.
I should hold on to it or get rid of it. I did pretty well actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Ondo did pretty good too before. Let me just see. Right now we are just in consolidation. We haven't created any kind of higher. Yeah, we do have higher high here, but it's just consolidated from here to here. If you're going to hold on to this, crypto always climb higher, right? So
Yeah.
we're just in consolidation on the horizontal channel. So nothing is breaking to the upside nor to the downside. If it does break to the downside, your first support lies on the 58 cents all the way to 38 cents. And then the lowest low is back to 20 cents. And this could happen if we see any kind of breakdown to below 65 cents. So right now, this will be bullish if we continue to trade above $1.08. Confirmation is about $1.17. Trade above $1.17 will confirm the trade possible to 155, $1.55, excuse me, to $1.67, then $2, and then hopefully we create a new higher high. Right now, we are just what? Neutral.
Yeah, it's about 97, 98 cents, something like that. Yeah.
Yep, it's just neutral. So you're not making any profit. If I would like to enter on this trade, I'm either going to wait on this level to just make sure the 66 also remain, or at least 68 remain above 66. I don't want to fall below 62. If I see 62, I will not buy it. I'll hold on to the 65, 66. And then you could be able to sell it on the dollar. That's about 40 cents. That's a lot. But if I'm going to buy below $1, like from here to here, it's kind of risky for me because it's a top. This thing could fall here. I prefer to be above here to be safe. Why is that, Mary? That's too higher than here. Because I don't know if this thing could fall here. My chance is trading up, taking opportunity or taking an entry right here is a confirmation of a breakout right here. So that's why I don't buy all the way to the bottom just because it's the bottom. No, I'm a confirmation trader. I would like to make sure it holds above 66 or 65 to enter a trade and exit here. Or if I'm going to enter because I don't have it yet, I will wait for a confirmation just to make sure we are above $1.17 or $1.16 right here to enter. And then you go right up here, all the way here, all the way there. Right now it's just stagnant.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's go to the class. It's just a very quick class. And what is our class today is quite interesting. When we say quite interesting is I know a lot of us were bleeding, including myself, last week. And when we are bleeding, the ugly on us do come out. And I know. So what do? We make plans. Hello, Spy Lord. Michael is here. Hey, Michael. So what do we do when, would you like to say something, Michael? Before before we start the class, would you like to give us some nugget of wisdom during the red market last week? Oh, actually, I think Michael's gonna do a live today. I'm just watching. Okay, no worries, Michael. Absolutely. Remember, Michael does a live trading every day except for Wednesdays and Fridays. He does it with Michael with a VIP on Wednesdays and Fridays. All right, so let's go ahead and discuss. Give me 1 second. Help, help, help. Why my portfolio is red? So a lot of us get ugly. I could see your frustration. Okay. Portfolio on your red day. So this presentation is between me and Ertuan, so he's gonna chime in every time he adds some nugget of wisdom for us, right? So what do you guys experience during red days? How do you guys feel about red days? It's a question that you guys should respond. How do you feel about red days?
I just get I
Sorry.
freeze.
Yeah.
You
Go-
freeze. Okay, it's normal. We freeze.
I freeze and I don't know what to do. Am I supposed to, which one to dollar cost average, what to do? I'm just frantically looking at different things.
Awesome, awesome. So this today will be maybe we could give you some light and give you some strategies, right? We freeze. Okay, who else?
But I think that's a day to buy. If it's a good stock, go and buy some, right?
I
Yeah.
totally agree with you, Joseph. I think
Yeah,
the red
but
days is a buying opportunity, but just like Miss Twee said, is that Miss Twee?
no, Mia.
Yeah. So what she said is, I freeze. I don't know which one's a dollar cost average. But now you got to ask yourself, what kind of stocks did you buy? Did you buy penny stocks? Did you buy the hype stocks? So now I'm afraid to DCA that, right? But
Yeah.
if you bought a company that's lucrative, a good company like Tesla, Nvidia, UNH, things like that in the red, this is a buying opportunity. And
What about coin?
Coin, I think I gave you guys a technical on coin last week, Friday. I think it was a good opportunity. We could go back again. I did a technical on coin because I think Mia, you, right? That was you, Miss
Yeah.
Mia? Yeah, I did give a technical on that. We could review that again. And
I meant, is it considered a good stock?
coin, what do you think? Anybody could answer that. Coin? Coinbase. That's Coinbase, Miss Mia. What is
Coinbase, yeah.
Coinbase? One of the biggest brokerage or platform that you could buy crypto. The most, I believe it is subjective, the most safest when instead of Kraken, Coinbase is the most trusted. I think I mean, you know what?
But as a stock wise, I mean, their last earnings was not good, and they're losing business to other people like Hood and who are offering better things probably or whatever. Bull, and there's other lot of other crypto platforms which are not safe like Coinbase to trade, but they are taking market share because Coinbase's fee is high. You know.
They are fees are higher, but sometimes people take a risk on using Coinbase. Why? Because it's the safest compared to other platform. Like Hood or Robinhood, how many times they crash, right? But Coinbase is a safest platform for me. You guys could add some more information about that. They are one of the largest brokerage for cryptocurrency. Yes, other competitions will have a lower fee because when customer find lower fees, where do we go? We go to that because why? It's lower fees, right? But everybody's not your customer, Miss Mia. You know, that's like I always tell my customer.
Yeah.
Everybody's not my customer. So
So as a stock, you consider it as a good fundamental stock?
we could take a look at it, but I believe on coin. Coin is a good stocks to hold. Why not? But just be careful because coin, when we are in the crypto winter, what coin happens? Coin sometimes also goes stagnant and we go down, right?
Sure.
So
Yeah.
that's the only thing is kind of volatile stocks to hold
Very
on.
volatile.
Yeah, very volatile. So that's the only thing
Coin is
because
very-
Coinbase follows the crypto market.
Yeah.
Okay,
And yeah.
so we don't know which to DCA, and and Mr. Joseph said it's a buying opportunity. Anything else?
What do you think about the stocks you have in your long-term portfolio? Do you sell it in just if market goes down, or if you know like is it Or you just
Okay,
hold it and
well, this is why we're going to talk about this. So what do you do on your long-term portfolio when it's red,
exactly,
right?
exactly.
Honestly, without me looking at this slides, I'll say I'll DCA. Why? Because these are my long-term portfolio. The only way I will sell this for a loss if the fundamental had changed, if the structure had changed, right? So you're either going to sell it for a loss and then hopefully you'll wait 31 days and you buy it again at the lower price, because in the long-term portfolio, especially if you're not doing this on your Roth IRA or any kind of pensions, you gotta have to wait for the wash sale to be completed, which is the 31 days, right? But let's not jump in yet, because we do have strategy to help you guys how to deal with our portfolio during the red days. So what is red days means? I think everybody know that when the investment drop in value. Yes, sometimes it drops 10%, 15%, sometimes 50%, right? Because due to weak market. What are those? News when our president tweeted, when analysis downgraded our stocks. And then what is another one? Struggling sector. One of them is UNH. We have a struggling sector financially. The Medicare cost is expensive. We having problems with the CEOs. We have multiple CEOs. So those things will definitely affect your stocks, right? So what do? Stay calm, avoid emotional decisions. Why do we have to avoid emotional decisions? Because that's when we FOMO and we sell it for a loss, right? And then what do we hope? We hope, I wish I could have, we would have, I should have, would have, could have, right? I wish I hold on to it. Now I'm green. So those are the things that we're trying to avoid when it's the red days. Your emotional decision. What is that? It means you are trading with your emotion. This means you're trading with a subjective mindset instead of objective mindset. What is that? What Keenan said, you trade with the chart, not with your heart. So that is a simple way saying that let's avoid emotional decisions. Excuse me, let me just turn on my light. Okay,
So Ms.
what are
Mary,
the
I have a
strategy?
question.
Go ahead.
Like, do you remember when Nvidia touched like a couple of months back, 140, and after that it went down all the way till 95. Remember? So at that time, how do we know like, and the China came up with a better chip, and then they're saying like, oh, is it better chip and a cheaper chip, and then at that time like everybody was like kind of, oh, what's going to happen? And now Nvidia back. Like at that time, a lot of people just sold, including me. I sold my Nvidia and lost.
Okay. So
From a long
it's one
term.
you could
How
chime in
do
if you want. Okay. NVIDIA. I did technicals and NVIDIA before when it was falling. If I'm not mistaken, I tell you guys when it was like 111 to 104 and 103, that was our buying opportunity. And I keep reminding you
right?
guys that NVIDIA is what has the biggest market cap for chip, right? And their
Right.
fundamentals hasn't changed. Yes, the news has been affecting NVIDIA because of the tariff. It's not only NVIDIA is being affected. Here comes Tesla. Here comes Amazon. Look at Baba. All those things are being affected. So the entire market is being affected. But look at the fundamentals. Look at the market, the financial structure of NVIDIA. Strong. Why sell NVIDIA? That was a great buying opportunities. And I did remind you guys, buying opportunity for NVIDIA is this number. And it went down to what, I think 83 or 70, 78 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken.
78. Yeah,
It
78.
was a buying opportunity. NVIDIA is one of the biggest. Jensen is a great CEO. He has
Okay.
structure, he has strategy, he has plans.
No,
Like,
which
he's
I
getting the
understand.
news.
My question is not that. My question is, what is the strategy do you use at this kind of situation? Do you sell half? Do you sell 1/4 of your stocks?
I
Or
don't.
are you
I
or
don't
you
sell
sell
my
everything?
NVIDIA. I actually,
No,
honestly,
anything. Like I mean,
Okay,
not
let,
Nvidia.
let
It
me
could be
inject
any
some.
stock.
if you guys are investing in long term,
Right.
don't care. You shouldn't care about the drop today, tomorrow. You should look like, where is this company
Okay.
going to be 5 years from now, 10 years from now? You don't look at next month. Okay.
Okay.
That is the panic that you guys always get into, and then you end up selling your favorite stock for cheap.
Yeah.
And
That makes sense.
I can tell, like, probably 8 out of 10 people in the chat is selling because they just see a red today and they panic and they sell. Okay, so my strategy for long term is I don't care. I don't care what Tesla will do tomorrow or next week. I already give it a goal that 2028 to 2030, I will be looking at Tesla again. That's when I really evaluate. That's when they can maximize their what do you call the full self-driving, the battery package, the AI, the robot. You know, you have to look at your stocks and say,
Wait.
is this company going away in 5 years? Microsoft, you look at Google, you look at Amazon. Are they going away, or are they going to be there 20 years from now when I'm dead and hand over my investment statement to my kids? Is they going to be around? I'm sure they will be around. Okay, so that's one thing that you guys have to think about. Long-term strategy is you don't get in and out. You leave it.
Right.
The
Quick
best thing,
question though.
the best thing you can do is do nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, do nothing for you.
Do nothing.
I mean,
Okay,
it's
thank you.
one comment said that it's easier for you not to care when your portfolio is big. Actually, if you have a small account and then you're starting with your portfolio, small account too, holding on long term will make that small account bigger. You know, I think we should never compare our portfolio to other people because everybody has their own goals, right? If Ertuan has different goal, I'll have a different goal. If he's the whale, I'm just a shrimp, you know, I'm okay with that because I'm thinking of the long run. I'm thinking about my portfolio will get to this X amount of money in time. And never compare yourself to anybody. Comparison is a thief of joy, right? So let's go and
Mary,
let's talk.
what happened is the people mix up between long-term and short-term portfolio. So they
Yep.
see it as a whole instead of two separate accounts. Okay. So that's where you guys are all confused about short-term and long-term. And you saw it come down, you immediately sell it because you have a short-term mentality. You have to be able to wear two hats, long-term hat and short-term hat. So that's why I said it's very important for all of you that you need to find out who the trader you are. Okay. If you just see one red and you sell everything, then you're not really a trader.
You're a gambler.
You're just a panicker. Okay. So it doesn't matter how much I have in the account. If I have the long-term mentality for that account, I will not touch it. Okay. For example, I'm putting money in for my kid 529 for their college education. And I'm buying SB 500 equivalent, and I'm just going to leave it. I don't care. I don't care it's up or down. I'm not going to compare it with NVIDIA. I'm not going to compare it with Master or some of the hot stock going on, because I have a vision, long-term vision. And my vision is I want a constant, safe
Stable.
gain for my long-term portfolio. Okay. It doesn't have to hit 100%. If it consistently hit 10, 15% every year for 10 years, you'll be millionaire. Okay.
Yep.
You don't have to,
You got the
you don't have
compound
to
interest.
much.
There's a good point. Very good point. Yeah.
Yep. That's what it
So
is.
basically, you don't put stop loss on long term.
Not for long term. I mean,
Okay,
that's
okay.
very subjective for a stop loss. So what do we do when we see red days? One red candle, especially on the daily, right? On the weekly, that means we had 5 days of red days, or at least it fluctuates, right? But one red, even in a weekly, is not something that you should sell your stocks. On the daily, one red is a-okay. So we stay calm and we assess our portfolio. So avoid panic selling. Emotional decisions often lead to losses. And most of us, yes, we have experienced that. One red candle, we have palpitation, we have heartbeat just going skyrocketing, right? We sell. So what do? You review your positions and then let's see, why did I buy these stocks? Is this is for my swing trade or for my scalping? Then yes, have a stop loss. And where do you apply your stop loss? Below your support. Have a breather. If you have a swing trade and you would like to put a stop loss, you could put 5, 10%, or 20%. I'll suggest 20% for a swing to have a little breather. Or support and resistance, just like we discussed last week. Number two, recheck why you invested on that particular stocks. Has the reason you invested changed? If not, short-term drop may no need any changes. Just let it be. Let it bleed because maybe because it's market sentiment, right? The entire market is just red because our president tweeted or something happened, or maybe because your stock got downgraded. Again, you have to ask yourself, is this is my long-term portfolio or this is my short-term? If fundamentals have shifted, consider trimming or exiting a positions. So let's say SMCI, right? We had a really bad news on that SMCI. So maybe that perhaps is time to sell at that time and then you buy it again. You just have to wait 30 days or 31 days to at least not consider that wash sale. So you could do that for your tax losses and then you could buy on the bottom. Perhaps you could do that. But again, you just have to know your fundamentals as well. If this is just, go ahead.
Ms. Mary. So sometimes if you don't want to sell the stock but it's bleeding, can you use the strategy to buy short options?
When you say short options, you're
I
gonna
mean,
have to buy puts.
buy puts. Yes, yes.
You can.
Buy puts so that if you have to sell it, it'll equalize with the put.
You can. You could buy puts. You could. That's definitely one way to consider it. To those people who doesn't buy puts, they just have to let it bleed and perhaps DCA somehow on some level, right?
But it's
But
better to do the puts, right? If you see it's gonna be like a really bad week, so you
you can.
can make
You
money.
can. You could buy puts to offset your losses.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it too.
Yeah,
That's a good strategy too.
yeah, there are many things that you can do.
Yeah, you could
And if
do
you are in
inverse
the, yeah,
ETF.
you can
Yeah,
also do the inverse ETF
yeah.
and you buy it just like instead of you buying QQQ or TQQ, you buy SQQQ.
SQQQ.
That's
Yeah,
the
The
inverse.
inverse. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because it's less
Yes,
volatile.
or you can buy inverse NVIDIA. You can buy. There's a lot of stocks that have inverse ETF out there.
Yeah,
Tesla.
you could buy inverse Tesla, inverse Nvidia. You
Yeah,
could do all that to offset your losses.
And it's
There's a
less
lot of
risky.
strategies.
It's less risky than the options, right?
It's less
yes,
risky because you have the shares.
Yeah, yeah.
yes.
Yeah, you could do that. Just make sure you have to know your technicals when this thing could stop, because you could definitely get burned too. Because especially with Tesla, sometimes we just wick down and then we go higher.
Yeah, you gotta be watching it.
That's right.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead. Go ahead, Miss Josephine.
Uh, Hi, Miss Mary. Hi, everyone. Also, talking about inverse, how do we know the inverse of a particular stock, please?
Well, we do have a lot of inverse. So actually, we don't really do much of the inverse ETF on our community. But the best way to do it, Google it. What is the inverse for TSLL?
Okay.
TSLS, right? What is the inverse for NVIDIA? What is the inverse for QQQ? what is the inverse of this? They will just give you that. I could do a watch list for you guys for the inverse. I could send this to
In our chat, Eddie has a very expensive uh, list of ETF and inverse ETF. So
there you go.
if you go to, I think he stored it under the pin section. So if you go to the pin section of our cafe, of the cafe,
We'll go ahead and renew
you'll be
that
able
pin
to.
and share it. Yeah, well, Airtone, maybe we could share it again.
Can I interrupt for a second, please?
Go ahead, David.
If you guys get ChatGPT, you can ask him any
Yeah,
question.
that's what I said. Just Google
I
it.
use ChatGPT.
I just got the 5 and I got the pro version. I pay for it like $20 a month. But trust me, I ask him any question. Tell him, hey, give me a roadmap. No, pretend that you are a professional trader and give me a roadmap for the stuff I need to know in order for me to be a trader. You ask him questions like that, he will give you a list, a mile long with video, connection, website address, the link for the website address, it will be there also. You just click on it and you got the whole subject in depth and collect information from everywhere, from Investopedia, YouTube, anything related to your question, you just dump it there. You will find a lot of information if you ask him that way.
Yeah, AI becoming very helpful for each and every one of us.
So powerful.
Yeah, very powerful.
Wondering.
You have
So
Gemini for Microsoft.
use ChatGPT and just ask him a question like you're talking to a real person.
Yep.
Tell me this. Okay, tell me more about that. And then you find something you don't know it, just write it down, and then this will be a complete subject. You ask him about that.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Like if you need an indicator, what kind of indicator? He will give you a list of every single indicator that exists and the review on it, video, or the link for the video, how to use it, everything. So it will save us time when we go to a class like that, instead of asking simple questions, like stock safer or option safer. You know what I mean? We are wasting the time of the class. How long we've been in the class so far, and we did some review on some BTA. But other than that, it is just all these questions you can just ask ChatGPT and leave that class here right now. It is really important.
Yeah.
What really what Mr. Ertwan have in his calendar, what Miss Mary have in his calendar to do today, the class I want to do today, such and such. So far, Miss Mary haven't done anything of what she have on her, to-do list today. So that's it. Thank you so much, Paul.
What David is saying is it's good to use AI. Gemini, excuse me, is for Google, right? And then we have Copilot for Microsoft or Bing, right? And if you don't use ChatGPT, perhaps use different AI. So even Google, just simple asking a simple questions like what is the inverse of TSLL? Google will just give it to you without even using your AI. So yes, thank you, David. AI definitely will help you.
I can text you, I can message you, Ertwan, a list of all the AI that's existed so far and what's for what to do picture, what's to do video, what's to do, all that stuff.
Yep. So number 3,
Thank you.
diversify your portfolio, right? So we don't put one egg in one basket, right? So if you have $10,000 and you only bought, let's say UNH, yes, when it's higher, of course you will make money, but you just don't put your entire portfolio in one share. You have to at least, I believe, having just like Airtone had said, S&P 500, VOO, VTI, those things should be on your portfolio. And then here comes your growth stocks, your chip stocks, and the rest, the blue chip stocks, and the rest will just follow. And then your options. Your options should not take the entire portfolio. That is a risky way of trading, especially options. I think we should let's say you have $10,000, use $600 for options. Make it as a habit. I'm only allowed to use $600, and then the rest, when this thing is red, make sure you also have cash, right? Just like add safer choices like stocks, like paid dividends, ETF like VOO, VTI. And then Ertuan has the list of dividend stocks available for us. It's on the thread. Watch it. And then number one is having cash, dry powder on your portfolio. Cash is always the king, regardless. Moments like last week is all red. What is the best way to do? DCA or buy a new portfolio that will serve as an additional part of your portfolio. Number three and number four, DCA. What is that? Dollar cost averaging. Continue investing at a regular intervals to lower your average cost over time. This works very well in volatile markets and avoid timing mistakes. Now, the question is, when do we DCA, right? Sometimes a falling knife, that's when your technical comes in, because, or if you're a momentum trader like Ertuan, you buy during the red days, like last week was the red days. However, it's been multiple days that it's been red. So if you DCA every day, I guess it's good for you, or wait for your support. That's when you enter. Like QBTX is just a falling knife at that time, and I average into 81. I'm still in deep red, but this is a volatile stocks. 64, 62 is a good support for QBTX. However, I will not buy more until this thing goes higher, if I'm not mistaken, above 78. I did a technical on QBTX. I don't buy a stocks just because it's the very bottom. I'm actually afraid buying the very bottom. Why? Because it could create a new lower low, right? So just because it's the very bottom doesn't mean we buy. You wait until this thing recovers. It's like a CPR, right? You don't want to invest in that dying stocks. You need to make sure that this thing start moving. That's when you start buying. Why? Because the probability of success is higher than waiting for that to be alive again. So just please know when to DCA. Always ask yourself, is this a long-term portfolio, just like Ertuan? And do you have enough cash? If you don't have cash, it is what it is, if this is a long-term portfolio. Some people said, I just walk out, turn off my computer. That's a good way, because when it's a red days, our ugliness comes out. We blame other people other than ourselves. But in reality, it's us who did it. But it's part of the game.
Miss Mary,
But
do you ever keep a stop loss on the long-term portfolio at all, even a farther stop?
I think Ertuan just discussed that. Go ahead, Ertuan, repeat what you said. My
I
long-term
missed the
no stop.
first few minutes, 20 minutes.
No worries, no worries. When it comes to a long-term portfolio, I don't put stop loss. And Ertuan could say that again. Go ahead, Ertuan, add your thoughts on the long-term portfolio again.
Yeah, on the long-term portfolios is I'm already asked myself when I buy these stocks, is this stock gonna be here 5 years from now, 10 years from now? So that's why in my long-term portfolio, mostly I buy the Magnificent Seven, NVIDIA, Google, Amazon, Tesla, Microsoft, um, all the stocks that you can envision that your life will be miserable without them. Okay. So everybody need Microsoft. If you turn on the computer, they have the apps, they control the operation system. Google, everybody search on Google. We use it every day. And Amazon, for me, I don't shop, but all of my family, all my kids, they're on Amazon, and I'm seeing bags of Amazon every day in my front porch.
You're not
Tesla, yeah, Tesla, they have a bunch of initiative that coming up. There's robotaxi, the full self-driving,
Yep.
yeah, and the robot and the AI. the latest thing is AI. I think they're going to be in trillion of dollars worth. So, so you have to look at these company with capability and their products, and if you use them every day, then that should be in your long term. Okay, yeah. And then I also have some stock that I call them they have a technology breakout kind of deal, like the quantum computers. Yeah, I got a few thousand shares in there. Just leave it alone. It go up and down. It doesn't matter. It matters 5 years from now when I open up that Pandora box, if it come out full of lobster or not. You know, and that's what it count. Tomorrow, Trump or interest rate or tariff, it's just a very short term,
Mm-hmm.
very short term for me, and that would impact my swing trade account
Yep.
and not my long trade account. Okay, the
Mm-hmm.
long term account, I don't care. I really don't care because I already evaluate those companies that I want to have, and if they are dropping below the price that I bought, then I would definitely buy more and put it in there.
Yep. That's when you
Mm-hmm.
Because
stay.
during these tough times, you have to ask yourself, what stock that you love to have when it was cheaper than your price? Okay, you can, for example, you buy a stock that worth $20, and now the fundamental is still the same, but because of all the chatters out there in the market, so that stock now is $10. If you were willing to buy at $20 and you're happy with it, would you buy at $10? So it's very important that you understand the concept of
Like a
Yeah.
red
good
days
example is,
Let me tell you
when
what
the
you're
people
talking about this.
are fearful. That's when you want to be greedy, right?
yeah,
That's what
it's like
Mm-hmm.
Warren
from
Buffett.
our master Warren
Can I
Yeah,
Buffett.
add
I
some? Can I add something,
Go
please?
ahead, David.
The way I do it in my small account, I buy one share for today's price. Let's say I give it 10 days. If it drop 10%, and I know it's a good company like Microsoft, Tesla, that's the company that Mr. Ertwan mentioned. If it dropped 10% from my price, which is my balance, it dropped 10%, I buy another one. I buy only one share, then I buy another share. Now my balance, if the stock dropped 10% from my price, and I buy another one, now my balance only dropped 5%. Because I bought one for 10, one for 5. Now my average is 7. So my drop from 7, my drop will be less. So just buy one share, you see 10%, 20% drop in your share, buy another share. Even if the stock's $20 stock, yeah, sure, I do. I buy only one share. I have money to buy more, but I buy less and see if that one share grow. Sure, here is $10, became 20. I look for another $10, try to make it 20. And I break down my small account to very small portions, dollars. Each dollar, I want each dollar be another dollar. That's it. So you buy one share here, one share here, one share here, goes down, buy another one share. That's it. That's how I do it.
What David is saying is DCA, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're my students, I teach you strategy, how to buy your favorite stocks, even for swinging, right? That's why there's level of supports that I give you guys. And that's why when we talk about open on Thursday or Wednesday, I give you guys 3 levels of support. And that was a buying opportunity. I said, I will not remember what is that I said, but it's about $3 and couple cents is one of the entry position. If that thing fails, I give you guys 3 levels. So what you do, if that continue to fall, you have 3 ways to DCA, 3 levels to DCA that. If you start with $3.22 on open, and actually that holds above that, and it gets to where $4 and some change, close to $5, that's a big $1.50 profit for you guys. But what we're talking about here is DCAing. You don't buy all in. You start small and then you scale. Scale means you add in your position. You don't buy a particular stocks 100%. First, you cut your position, your capital into, let's say, 50%, 25%. 25 first, another 25, and the next is 50%. Okay, you don't go buy all in. When you guys trade with Josh or Michael, what do you hear, Josh? I'm starting a position. Does that mean he put 100% of his capital for that? No. Well, he'll say, I'm going to scale in. It means he's adding a position. And then he'll tell you what? I'm all in. It means his capital for that particular trade is 100%. You don't go all in. That's the purpose of having DCA. Okay, so most of us just go all in. One, because we have no plan. Two, because we're emotional trader. So that's why. So let's change that and cut your position into like smaller portion before entering a trade, especially if this is a long-term position, right? Number one is UNH is a good example, right? We give you guys levels on support, and those are the level support when, if you guys don't know anything about technicals, support are the buying opportunities. But of course, there is also a risk behind that support. It could break down, and now you're going to DCA down more again. And if another support hits and then it breaks down again, now there's another support. So DCA will help you average your position. So, okay, let's continue to the class. Number 5, tax losses harvesting. If our share, let's, for example, long term, we ended up for a loss. And let me finish this class first, and then we go ask for more questions because it's getting late. So if we ever have a selling position, we have to a losing position, and we have to sell this, we could definitely have this added or deduction. That's like at the end of the year, we could file taxes and use that $1,000 for a loss, right? We could deduct it against our income. If you're filing for a joint account, married filing, the limit is 1,500. However, if you would like to buy this loss, the stocks that you sold, because you would like to buy it again because it's lower and it's very interesting, you have to wait 31 days to avoid the wash sales. I'm sure most of you guys are aware of that, but to those who's newbie, a wash sale is if you buy and sell a stocks for a loss and you buy it again and you did not wait 31 days, you are now consider a wash loss. You have a wash loss. It means that loss that you have, you cannot deduct that at the end of the year. Does that make sense? And then you could do carry forward. Let's say your loss is $5,000 and you're single, you could only deduct $3,000. And then next year, that $2,000, you could carry forward it for your next year tax return. Next one. Most of you guys are asking.
Miss Mary, sorry. Some of the brokerages are adding the wash sale to the cost of your next trade.
Yep.
If it's within 30 days, that means it affects only for the taxes, or really it is added to your cost and you kind of lose more profit.
No, you don't lose. You're just considered to have a wash sale. It means you cannot use that loss for tax purposes. But what is that wash sale that shows on, let's say you bought HIMS and you ended up having a wash sale. So now they have to average in the money that you lost, right? Because you did not wait 31 days. So it's still the same. The money that you lost is the same, but the money that you bought is always the same. What happened is they're trying to average in. You will only make money above whatever
Okay, got you.
level
But
that you.
but the other lot we have, when we sell it, we are not making a new loss on it. It's
Yeah.
just like, okay.
Yeah, it's just, they're just telling you that you will only make money above this whatever number that they've given you if you bought it.
Considering the previous loss, disallowed loss,
The
they're
average in.
just
That's correct.
adding.
They added it.
Okay.
Yep. So you did not lose multiples. They're just telling you you will make money, you will after you reach this level. Let's say you bought HIMS for $10 and you sold it for $8. So you lost $2 and then you bought it for let's say another $8. So now your averaging for a wash sale will be $9, right? But although you bought it at $8 and you sold it for $8, but you lost that $2 within that 31 days, so it's wash sale. But your brokerage will add that already for you and telling you you had a wash sale and you will only make money above $9. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you did not lose twice on that.
Excuse me, Miss Mary.
Go ahead.
If you have a losses in one of the stock is called suppose, and you buy the same stock but it's with a different name, in that case, how does it work?
Honestly, we discussed about this before. As long as supposedly, because tax, the IRS has different way of seeing the wash sale, right? I know it has to have similar to ticker symbol, right? Tesla. If you bought
Exactly.
Tesla and then you bought TSLL, that's two different ticker
Right,
symbols, right? However, they may consider like a significant. There is a wording that they were asking. Are there significant or similar to the stocks? But you gotta have to ask your financial advisors or your accountant. But I know from my understanding, as long as it's not the same ticker symbol, you should be fine. But please have someone correct me on that. Ertuan, what is your thought on that wash sale using instead of buying Tesla, you bought TSLL? Is that considered a wash sale on your opinion, or at least on your understanding or knowledge?
Okay, they are two different,
Ticker.
totally different tickers. So it doesn't count. Tesla is for Tesla and TSLL is for TSLL. They are two different stocks. They don't count as Tesla
So
as a whole.
VOO and VUG. Two
They're
different
separate.
tickers.
Yeah.
Different tick. I think it's different ticker
But the
symbols.
same, they both have the same like holding.
No, they're different.
It's different. TSLL is a 2X Tesla
Right.
ETF. So
No,
it's
I'm talking about.
different stock total together.
Okay.
It's not the same as Tesla. Okay. So you have to understand that. Even if it's just different in one syllable, it's still different. For example, if I buy QBTX and QBTS, they are two different symbols, and they don't interfere with each other operation.
Okay. Got it.
So, Miss Mary, sorry to complete your explanation on wash sale. I just wanted to ask. So, if I'm even with the added cost, if for example I have to sell it at 195, then only I make the profit. But this particular lot I bought it at 180. Then even though I sell at 190, I'll still make profit. But it's just for this lot I'll make profit even though it's less than the added cost with the wash sale, right?
Yes. But just let's say you bought it. How much again? Say
185.
185. You bought it 185. Did you sell it for a loss?
No, with the wash sales, they are saying the cost is 195, but if I'm selling it at 190, I'm still making profit on this particular lot, right? The prior whatever thing lost is lost.
Yes, but they will do averaging on that. So if you bought it for 195, you sold it for 185, so you lost $10, right? And then you bought it again for 185, and then you
If I want to
sold it
sell
for
it at
190.
190.
So your first wash sale, let's say if you did not buy this within 31 days, your first loss is $10, right? From 95 to 185. So that's $10. And if you average in 190 to 195,
190,
that will be
185
190,
and
right?
190.
So that
190 average between 185 and 190, you mean?
oh, okay. So so it's about 187.50, right? So if you sell this again back to 190, then it means you make profit.
But what if I sell at 186? Is that a profit or not?
You'll add in income.
You still lose money. Well, it depends. First of all, it depends how much did you buy, right? Because maybe you bought little on 190 and then you bought.
No, assuming it's the same quantity because
Then
we
you
don't want to
lost money.
complicate. But
Yeah.
but this lot I made, right? Well, if assuming I first lot I lost, I bought at 185 and sold. sold less or whatever. But now the second lot I'm buying, I bought at 185, but I'm selling at 186. Even though the average is 187, I'm making money on this lot, right?
That's correct. Yeah, you made money from your second trade, but you
Yeah,
still lose
but the brokerage is going to calculate it as I lost money because they are taking average.
You lost money, absolutely, because you bought that share after you sell it for a loss. You're supposed to wait 31 days. You did not wait 31 days, so that's a wash sale.
Miss Mary, so I had the exact same scenario which the other person was saying. So last year I went into my, so it's the exact same scenario, right? In the second lot, I made a profit, let's say $5, but altogether it was a loss of like, let's say $10. In my 1099 consolidated 1099, my broker factored in and it was reported as a loss. So it was, and it was not averaged out. If I lost $10 in the first sale and I rebought it, which was calculated as a wash sale, and second time it was just added into the cost basis, it was not averaged. The entire amount was added into the cost basis, which I lost. And the second sale that I made, even though it was a profit for that lot, in my 10 consolidated 1099, I see that it is reported as a loss and it was factored in towards my tax as a loss.
Did you buy that within the 31 days or you waited 31 days?
No, I bought it within the 31 days. And
There
it
you
was
go.
reported, it had specifically had a line item called wash sale disallowed, and it had that amount, and they added it into the cost basis of the next lot. And the next lot I sold it for a profit, but it's only for that profit. But when you consider the cost basis, it was a loss and it was reported as a loss.
But that is like
Absolutely.
taking 2 times loss, right? Like first time itself, you already took a loss of whatever that was. Now adding that loss into the cost basis is like again you're at a loss even though you're at a profit on the second lot. That doesn't make
But the
sense.
first one
It
doesn't.
makes sense. It
Hey,
makes
can
sense.
I can I explain?
Go
Probably.
ahead, go ahead.
Yeah. So if assume there's only one stock and then you bought it for $180
Mhm.
and then you sold it for 170.
Mhm.
So your realized gain supposed to be minus $10. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. Now after 10 days, you bought that one stock again
Mm-hmm.
at 175.
Mm-hmm.
Now your cost of that stock will become 185, and your if you go back and see your realized gain, that will become zero
Oh, the
because the
previous.
previous loss has been made zero, and then the loss whatever you had, that they will add it to your new stock now. So
Why are
now
they
your
doing it? The previous
that's
loss, they are changing it
that's
as to zero.
that is what is all about wash sale. So your losses will be carry forwarded if you buy the stock within the 30 days.
Yeah.
And then your realized gain will be zero because they just carry forward your loss to the new stock that you bought. And then now you suppose that you sell it at 190. Now effectively you gain $5. So that's what will be your realized gain.
So second lot, we have to be careful in selling. We have to add the wash sale as a cost then.
Exactly. Yeah. So
Yes.
suppose, yeah, that's what will happen. Suppose if it is 10 stocks and then effectively you suppose you sold it for $100 loss, but next time you're getting $20, 20 stocks, then what they do is since you lost $100, so now they will add $5 extra for every stock that you buy. So total $100 is what will get distributed across the number of stocks that you're buying.
But the first incurred loss, if they're making it into zero, then it's
Yeah.
good to buy the stock again because at least you have potential for it to go up.
Yeah.
And then you don't like have a loss at all then.
No,
I
but
think
loss is carried on to your new stocks, am I right? Like so your
Yeah, but
cost
you
to the
wait till if it, at least you're buying time or something. I'm thinking, I don't know. Yeah.
yeah,
Profit and loss
exactly.
day to date also count, and whatever the losses we carry forwarding, that's also count. So what should we do? Tax loss harvesting period. Should we stop like trading those stock in December or January, or specifically which we have some losses? Uh, for
no.
example, if I'm trading
I
Tesla
think
till
I
November,
think what's going on here is it doesn't matter if you actually The wash sale is just for tax purposes only.
Sorry, the background noise is coming. They have to mute it. People who are...
The wash sale is just for tax purposes only. Your profit, whatever you take, even if you want to buy your stock, let's say you sold it, let's say you bought it for 195 and you sold it for 175 and you buy it again. So now you lost $20, right? So you lost $20 there. But that's your first loss. Your $20, what that mean is you cannot use that $20 loss to depreciate it on your tax. You cannot deduct it to your income tax. You get it? Your first $20 that you lost there, you cannot deduct that.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Because
what
they
wash
are
sale
making
is.
that, but because they are making it zero and they're adding it to the cost of your second lot.
That's correct. But now they average it. Now you buy it again to 175. So the average between 195 to 175 is going to be your new buy level. However, it will not affect how much money, or let's say you bought the second time 175, you still bought it 175. It's not going to change. They're just changing it to averaging because of the wash sale. What they're trying to explain to you guys is you will only get or realize gain above whatever the difference between the the 195 to 175. I don't know if I'm explaining it right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it doesn't change how much you pay for your second purchase. It doesn't change.
But but when you sell the second one, your profit and loss will change. It will be calculated from the wash sale cost price only, you're saying, not from the original cost price.
That's correct. It will calculate it from the wash sale.
So when we have to sell, we have to add, when we have to be aware that we sell above the added cost price.
Your brokerage will do it for you. However, the difficulties there is you are supposed to be watching this and writing this down, because at the end of the year, you're gonna have to do your accounting. If you give this to your accountant, I guarantee you they will charge you X amount of money, because now they have to identify and assess each and every trade that you did for a wash sale.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the wash sale for. It's just for tax purposes. Okay. So
And also when we sell, we have to make sure we sell above that average price, right? For us to realize a gain in the second lot.
you have to buy it above whatever price the wash sale has given to you. Well, let's say the difference between that 195 to 175 is, let's say, what, 185? Is that correct? So you have to sell this above 185 for you to have your realized gain positive, meaning above zero.
Gotcha.
So you could
Thank
make
you.
profit. Yeah.
Thank you all.
Okay, so to those people who has been doing this every day and it becomes their daily living and it's per their job, if they don't want to be I mean, if they don't want to affect that wash sale, they could qualify as a professional trader. However, this professional trader, you have to get an election to the IRS. You have to apply for this. And if you use a professional trader and you become like a day trader, according to the IRS, then you don't, your losses and your gain will not be affected as a capital gain. So this will be just a regular income for you. But this is called the mark-to-market accounting. So with that is, for example, if you buy a stock for 150 and then it is now 180, you don't get that capital gain anymore. You are now considered a what do you call that? Like that gain that you have is not going to be considered as capital gain. It's going to be like part of your income tax. Does that make sense? You will not get affected by that wash sale, but you have to apply to the IRS. If this is what you do for a living, be a professional trader, and there is a limit how much trade you take every day or within a month. And trust me, it's a lot. So you have to read about that. I have a very limited knowledge about this professional trader. So I know you have to have just like I said, a limit number of trade per month. So look into it to the IRS, to those people who want to make this as a living, okay?
Like a day trader, you mean, or a professional trader is different?
You become a professional trader if this is what you do for a living.
Okay, so then the wash sale doesn't matter.
The wash sale will not matter, but you have to apply this to the IRS.
Okay.
Yeah, you require a formal IRS election. You have to sign a form, and they will obviously investigate. And you have to submit some of your trade paper, all the paperwork from your brokerage. You have to submit it to them, and then they will approve you as a professional trader. Then you don't
This
have
is
to.
called the mark to market, you said?
This is called mark-to-market accounting.
Oh,
This is for
okay.
a professional trader. So I like a mark-to-market accounting.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You can open the account on personal name too.
I'm sorry?
You open account. You're talking about, are these all the
This
accounts on
is
personal
for
name or
those people who,
corporation?
no, you could do a corporation too, but then you become professional trader.
You can do on
Okay.
individual account too, personal account.
Well,
Alright.
just like I said,
Corporation, you save more
have
taxes, right?
you
If it's
have
in car,
file this on the IRS. You have to have a formal elections for this. You have to submit your form.
Yeah,
Then
but
they
it can be
approve
your
you.
personal account and you can still submit to the IRS, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
there's a limit. There's a limit.
Mhm.
Let's say the limitation is like, I think 100 or 80 per month or something. Your trade has to have limitation, like a minimal to consider to be a professional trader. Swinging once a day is not considered a professional trader
Got
according
you.
to the IRS. So you have to have a limit. For example, the limit is 80 trade per month.
Transactions.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Got you. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, so Chat GPT, it said, to qualify as a trader in security for tax purpose, you have to have a substantial trading activity, hundreds of trades per year,
There
often
you
more
go.
than 500.
Yep. So there you go. So that is per Chat GPT, but to clarify that, you could reach out to the IRS and I'll talk more about that. Okay.
Do you know if we will get any benefits if we register it as an LLC? If I start an LLC and professionally do this trading and do it as a LLC, will I have any tax benefits or something related to tax or any other benefits?
Jazz, I think your microphone is a little bit lower. Can you say that one more time?
So if I happen to register a LLC, will I have any benefits?
That's the same thing as a professional trader. So I think you have to be an LLC or the business person. So that's different. So if this is your business, yes, then you should not be affected by the wash sale. But just like I said, you have to clarify this with the IRS.
I'm not worried about the wash sale part. The thing is, if will I get any other benefits because of this LLC?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. You'll get a lot of benefits if you have your own business. Like even if you have your own business, if you are your premium for TradingView should be part of your expenses if you're in the business, right? Talking to somebody about stocks and you take them for a lunch, that is a benefit for you if you own this as a LLC and you're a trader. Let's say Josh, he has his own business as a professional trader. He comes and meet us, and if he pay for our food, that's his benefit. He could deduct that for his taxes. So yes, I definitely advise you guys to open a business for that. But just like I said, reach out first to the IRS and make sure, or at least to your accountant to discuss more about that. I am not a financial advisor and a CPA, so always reach out to the professionals when it comes to questions like this. Okay. All right, number 6, we're getting there. I think we have like number 10. On number 6, you strengthen your watch list. What are these? If your watch list are a bunch of penny stocks, then we have a problem, right? So you have to identify quality stocks, assets that are undervalued. One of them maybe I'll start considering is Intel, right? But right now, Intel is being funded by the government, but the government is asking for, I think, 9.66% stake. So what happened to Intel? It went down, right? So, but that is an undervalued assets, something to consider, although a lot of us may not like the very slow move of Intel. Fundamentally, Intel seems to be pretty okay. Intel has been in the market for quite some time, right? But it is an undervalued stock. So start considering some undervalued stocks. Number 1, 2, maybe APLD. Josh is very bullish in that long term. So we did give you guys technicals on the possibility of the resistance and a possible pullback. I think it was like 1159 that I have given you guys. That was a good or 1479, I think. I give you guys a technical. That was a good and position or a level to enter a position. Now it's $16, so that was a good run. So APLD is also one of the undervalued stocks. Prepare to enter when technical or macro signals align. Good example of this is what? UNH too, right? We keep buying the dip, keep buying the dip. I know Raja has been very consistent on buying the dip on UNH. And I'm assuming he continued to buy UNH and now he is above $50. When we see macro signals align, what are that? When we find out that Warren Buffett had invested on UNH, that is a good signal. Macro signal align. Good opportunity to buy. All right, review your risk management. This is a very subjective topic. Tighten your stop loss levels and adjust position size. We keep saying, put a stop loss, put a stop loss, put a stop loss. We don't put a stop loss on the long term, put a stop loss. So it's a little bit confusing. Every stop loss is different from other people. Some people have a higher risk tolerance on regards to their money. Some people cannot see their stocks going below 5%. So you have to ask yourself, how much money I'm willing to lose when I enter a trade. And this is subjective. You really need to focus on this by yourself. You cannot ask other people because other people may have a risk tolerance of 50%, especially if you're options, right? If you have options, especially you're dealing with Tesla, I think your stop loss is definitely, this is subjective again. I'm not suggesting you guys to follow. Your stop loss should be about like 50%. Yes, it's horrible, but Tesla is very volatile. So you have to ask yourself, is this stocks that I'm trading is volatile? Or this stocks moves like a turtle, like INTC, right? So you have to ask yourself how much money I'm willing to lose if my trade goes south. Others put a stop loss percentage wise. Others put a stop loss below the support. So move stop loss closer to current price if volatility increases. Use technical levels below support zones or moving averages. Just remember when the stock, especially on the daily, if the stocks falls below 50, it's considered to be bearish. If the stocks falls below 200, it is definitely bearish. Okay, so you could gauge your stop loss using moving averages on the daily chart. As long as your stocks or your candles is above 50, you're fine. But if you do my technicals and you guys always watch my technicals, what is your last line of defense? Do you guys remember what is the last line of defense that I give you guys? Every time we're trading, we use what?
200 moving up.
No, 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 no.
250.
We lost a lot of money. We always use 21 move EMA, exponentially moving average, right? So on the daily, most of my students that I teach on the coaching 101, I teach them 21 is your last line of defense to hold on to your position, especially if you are swinging and you know nothing about technicals. Why? Because after 21, the next moving averages that this thing is going to fall is the 50 moving averages. If you wait to for the candles to reach the 50 moving averages, you already lost a lot of profit. So 21 is your last line of defense, okay? Again, this is subjective. This is something that I teach my students. So stop loss helps protect capital and reduce emotional decision making. But you have to be ready when you have a stop loss. Don't get mad at yourself when your stop loss is triggered and you're going to be like comparing other people. Oh man, I should have hold on to it. No, you stick to your plan. You're fine. You're A-okay. Tomorrow's another day. Losing is part of the game. What we do with the losing part is we learn from it. So you rebalance your portfolio and adjust position size. So how do you do that? You reduce size in uncertain or choppy markets. What does that mean? Choppy markets is when what? Choppy markets has been having tariff problems. That's been choppy markets. Or we are in the range. That's a choppy market, right? You increase your size only when setup has high conviction and risk is controlled. What does that mean? Higher conviction, it means that you see a possible trend change reversal. There is a confirmation that the bottom had gone down, the bottom had recovered. Or what is another higher conviction? If we see a pattern, a bullish pattern, we got a bullish flag, we got a breakout candle, we had respected the support. Those are the higher conviction of a possible trend change. Next, stay informed. I think most of us depend on other people's news, right? When we say stay informed means watching the news, monitor a microeconomics indicator. What are those? Earnings reports, sector trends. What are those microeconomic indicators? The news, right? CPI, PPI, all the feds. When they start talking, and we all know when the government start talking, what happened to the market? Market doesn't like that. It becomes uncertainty. Our portfolio gets affected. However, if we have positive news, we all happy because stock market goes high. Number 9, after all those things that we've been learning, we don't forget to invest on ourselves. What does that mean? That's the part when we have to learn technical analysis. We read books, we listen to podcasts. Avoid listening too much on the YouTubers. If you follow 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 YouTubers and they all have different view, what that happens? It affects your decision making. I always suggest to stick at least 1 to 2 YouTubers when it comes to the news, or do your own due diligence. Watch the news yourself. Or, just like David said, perhaps do a chat GPT. But I don't really recommend when it comes to too much chat GPT, because sometimes we become lazy and we just, sooner or later, we're going to ask chat GPT what we want to eat for dinner, right? So do your own due diligence. Minimize the noise on your head. Follow the people that you think will benefit you. Too much noise also affect everything, your decision making, your emotion, right? Empower yourself and your community with insights and tools. And I think Josh community has been very positive, and especially our community. I think we are very positive on our community. We don't accept negativity, and I think we're pretty good. That's just subjective. That's just me. I'm being biased. All right, number 10, maintain perspective. Market turndowns are part of the cycle. Red days are part of the market. Red days is part of trading. We look at red days like it's the end of the world, but in reality, it's not. It's an opportunity for us to buy. So if you start looking at the red days and you think it's just a bloodshed, change your mindset to say, hey, this red days is an opportunity for me to buy, or perhaps it's an opportunity for me to walk away and perhaps read a book, right? If you have no money, because not everybody has dry powder, perhaps consider to read a book, do something productive. That is the end of our class. Any questions?
Yeah, Miss Mary, someone said about like if you buy Tesla and to offset the chances of it going down, we get a put. So doesn't it like you can say make it zero? Like if your stock is going up, but your put is also losing money. Isn't it that like that, or
That
I missed
happens. If your stock is going high, your share is going high, and your put is going down because the chart is going up, right? So if you would like to short Tesla because the market is red, you just have to make sure you know your technicals. Because if you short Tesla and it's on the support and this becomes to become the key support and then you're shorting Tesla, you are in trouble. Then you're gonna have losses on your put. So stop loss will be better for that, and perhaps scalp it. Or if you think if you don't want to do shorting using an options, perhaps do an inverse. But yes, you could do a put if the stocks is red, if your stock is falling. Just be careful because if you don't know technicals, you could definitely get toasted on that trade.
But like even if we get the inverse, so for example, I bought Tesla and I also got uh, to mitigate my losses, so I get the inverse also. So in case my Tesla goes up, my inverse would go down, isn't it
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah. So you
So
sell
ultimately
your
it comes to zero, no?
no, it's not become zero. It's just you have if you're going against each other, Ali, you have to make sure you're gonna cut down one. Which one is your long-term portfolio? Tesla, right? So if you're going to short it and then you're gonna hold on to your inverse ETF or whatever stocks that you're buying, and that doesn't make sense, Ali. Your goal is to offset your losses, so that's why you bought an inverse. So you better make sure you sell your inverse when Tesla start recovering. You cannot hold both.
Okay,
It's a tug of
understood.
war.
Yep, understood.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
Miss
cannot.
Mary, same case with me. Like I was holding TSLL, it was going down. So like I was bought on like 340 when it went to 320 on Thursday. So and bought a inverse TSLQ,
Mhm.
but on Jackson Hole Day on Friday, I didn't sold my TSLQ and it went up. So I'm still holding. I'm in loss, but I'm still holding. So I don't know. What should I do?
Let's go ahead and take a look at Tesla right now. So
And for the leap options also on Tesla, does averaging help when it goes low?
leap is good for 1 year. So why are you going to average your leap?
I mean, not right now. I bought this like in the peak February or something, and it's expiring September 19. And I pretty much lost all of it. It was I was dumb at that time, or I didn't know charting or things like that time. So I followed a YouTuber and bought that leap, and it's like crazy. But September, I mean, right now probably I don't know if it's too late to average because my cost was 116, and right now it's $4.85.
Okay, number one, why did you enter a trade? Follow YouTubers. Okay. Number two, how much is your stop? How much are you losing already?
Oh, it's almost gone, 95% gone.
Okay. There's really no hope of you getting even. So what do? I'm not a financial advisor. First of all, stop loss, right? Stop loss.
Yeah.
If you have a higher risk tolerance, go ahead and do 50%. I will not suggest for you to wait another 5% to lose that. Then you're gonna have zero. If
Yeah.
you have money right now, might as well invest in something else. So just because YouTuber said something doesn't mean we go in, right? We do our own due diligence, guys. We do our own due diligence. They give us a good stock and it's a good trade. Great. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the chart. If that is aligned to your conviction, if you have a higher conviction that this thing is going to go high based upon the chart, then yes, go ahead and follow that YouTubers, but don't follow YouTubers just
Yeah.
because they tell you to.
That time I was very new, right? Like I've been trading only for a year, so
No, that's okay. We all been there. I
yeah.
am one of the victim. I am one of the victim following YouTubers. When they say, "Hey, Bear Burgers, go buy it," I do buy it. So no, we don't. The reason why
Yeah.
I started a Sunday class, guys, I have a purpose. Why? Because I got burned following YouTubers, and I promised myself if I could be able to change even one person doing your own due diligence and stop following YouTubers, then my purpose is done. I could say that, hey, at least I changed one person. because I don't want you guys to follow the same footsteps where back in the day that I just follow a bunch of YouTubers and when they say buy, 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 I buy, 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 buy without looking at technical until I met Josh and Josh said, hey, there's technical. What is a technical? So what I do, I learn until I say, you know what? I think it's my calling. God give me a calling that say, hey, I think you should teach. And this is what I do on Sunday, teach you guys. So lesson learned.
Appreciate that. But if I had dollar cost average when Tesla went down to 220 in April or something, that would have been a good. Will dollar cost averaging leap also helps? That's what I'm trying to ask.
You can, or maybe perhaps start a new position because Tesla looks bullish at this moment. Although this run is a little bit weak, but we do have a breakout on the channel. We have this bullish. We have a bullish pennant. This is a strong move to the downside. This is not a strong move to the upside. Now we consolidate, right? If this is a strong move to the upside, we would have continue have a red. This is a weak move. But a breakout to this, which we ended up having a breakout candle if we use our trend line here. Otherwise, this could be here, right? So that could be there, or this could be here. We could say that there was a breakout, or it could be here. Nothing is fully confirmed. So there is a local resistance from 348 to 351, which lies right here, and your top resistance in here. If this is really a breakout of the pennant, your resistance is this one all the way here. If you are an old technical trader, what they normally do is they don't use the resistance. They give an estimate on the pole, right? We take off the pole. If there's any breakout of the pattern or on the consolidation, this is the highest it can go.
That would be nice
Yeah,
if it happens by September 19th.
Yeah, that could be nice, right? Look at that, which is aligned to your wick as your resistance right here. So if there's any breakout based upon this move, a breakout of the bullish pennant using the pole, Tesla could definitely hit this level, which is 465 as a psychological resistance right here. But for now, these are the local resistance right here.
What's the time frame in your chart that it could hit that? February or something?
When you look at the chart, you always take a look at the what? The weekly. Why? Because the weekly tells you where the market is going. Is Tesla in a bearish territory or bearish move? Not really. If you look at the market, we are actually in the uptrend, right? We are in the macro, it's just a pullback. We are in the micro bearish, but we are under consolidation. So what happens to, go ahead.
Sorry, so still it's the same location, like either it will break out up or break on down from here.
There is a higher chance that it could break out because we do have this candle in here. And just like I said, if we use our trend line here, there's no breakout yet. But if we use a trend line using this, there was a breakout. A breakout on the daily, there was a breakout.
And Tesla has been having positive news this weekend. So just to let you guys know.
Sorry, what's the news?
I forgot exactly, but I saw a couple of newses on it. Good newses.
Okay.
So Tesla has a bullish pennant, right? If we use the daily, we clean up our trend line. We had a breakout, retesting of that flag, and hopefully this thing will continue to go up. So far it looks bullish, and the MACD is up in the bullish territory. So this is a strength candle, which is good. What is the news that you're talking about? Tesla source interest rates are really matter. Why Tesla stocks rocketing higher? Let's go read that. A session after dovish comments. Okay, so dovish comments from the Fed, which is good. Spark broad rally, boosting investor sentiments for the risk. Power remarks of Jackson Hole symposium were interpreted as a trader hinting a potential interest rate cut. So that's good. Why the market telling us Tesla shares are extremely volatile and had 45 moves greater than 5% over Tesla. The previous big meme wrote 11 days when the stock 4%. Elon announced that there is a robo-taxi service on Austin will open public next month. So that's good, right? And 338 per shares, trading 52-week high. 52-week high is 479, but according to that breakout, oh, what is that? What is that? December. Investor who bought 1,000 worth of Tesla 5 years ago is now worth 2,500. So, okay, so 150% increase. So, according to the 52-week high, if we break out this pennant, supposedly 465 right here is the top resistance of that pole. So,
And that is by what time frame it's coming as per the chart?
this is the daily, but I look at the weekly.
No, I meant like by what time the 433 can reach, like.
Oh, months. It could happen months. I don't know if this is this how long this take.
Is it?
Hopefully by end of this year. I don't know about September, maybe. It depends if the news continues. Just like I said, this is a strong move to the downside. This is not a strong move to the upside. See how long it take them to go higher?
Yeah.
The weak move. So we consolidate. So if we really have a bullish move, it will just spike up. So just like this one, this is a strong move. This is a strong move. This is a weak move. So what do? We just draw a trend line, see where it's going. I don't know when is this coming. Hopefully, I don't think September is ever going to happen here. Maybe December or January. But September, I'm not quite sure.
Yeah. But generally DCAing into leaps, is it like it works the same, like, I mean, not exactly the same like stocks, but does it help the DCA into leaps?
So you're going to add another 1 year? Or you're going to
Not
buy the
right
same
now.
thing?
I'm just saying when the stock dropped to 220 in April, I should have DCA'd into bought another leap. I feel for Tesla. But I don't know if that would be considered a separate leap if it is the same expiry and all that. Yeah, I think it'll be. Yeah, I mean, unless you buy into the same strike price, I think it's a different leap. But I would have made money on that leap.
I would have closed your position and then opened a new position.
Yeah.
Because your delta had changed already. You're already losing 95%. Your
Yeah.
delta must be very low compared to the original. And then it's not going to be, for me, it's not going to be worth it to DCA that 95% losses already. I would suggest that's just me. I would suggest to open a new contract instead of DCAing that loss. 95% is not a good way to DCA. Your delta is very minimal.
Yeah, Delta.
Your delta is how much money you make in every dollar Tesla go higher.
Yeah.
So if you're like this one consolidation eats your theta. This eats your theta.
Yeah, the Delta is plus. Oh, sorry, Tesla. Right, I'm looking at the wrong one. Tesla Delta is 2.81. Or no, sorry.
That's right now.
Yeah,
For your
Delta is 0. Hold on. Yeah, right now Delta is like looking at the wrong column. 1 second. Tesla right now Delta is like minus 31 point. No, that's the covered call. So here 20.75.
20.75.
Yeah.
How much did you buy it?
Am I looking at 116.60?
Oh, yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot of losses though.
Yeah. But right now the cost is $4.85 if I have to average. I don't know if it's $485 if I
Remember,
have to.
485 is $480.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's going to have a real breakout, then it makes sense. Maybe if I buy like, I don't know, 4 more, it will average down and get out. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. But
Well, you can if you want to. If your delta is $20, that's $200.
okay.
That's a lot. So, are you sure it's $20? 20?
I mean, right now, option market is not open. That's what it's saying right now. So I don't know if it's the right numbers. It's saying 20.70.
That's 20 is times 100. So $2 that's a lot. I think that something's wrong with your delta. It can be 20.
Yeah, maybe because option market has to open probably. Because for $1 you get what the delta is, right? Usually.
And it shows in your options.
Yeah.
And in special, you're losing 95%. It can't be 20. That's
Yeah, it's
a lot.
because maybe the
That's a
option
lot.
market is closed. It's showing something, some delta. I don't know.
Yeah, that's quite a
Maybe
lot.
when the market is open, it
That
shows.
something's wrong. It cannot be 20. It's
Yeah.
too high. It's too high. And then you only bought it for $4. That's 480.
No, I bought it for $116, which is $11,660.
Yeah, that's a lot. And how many did you buy?
Oh, just one.
Oh.
Yeah.
So how much is your, if you don't mind asking, how much money you have now for that 11,000?
Yeah, it's 485, right?
485, so.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's a lot. Oh.
I know. Thanks to that YouTube and me. But
Oh gosh. Lesson learned, okay. I mean,
yeah.
it looks bullish to me.
Yeah, it's $4.85. That's why I thought since I paid 11,660, if it's going to break out, maybe if I buy four more for 485, then the average cost comes to let me see.
A bit higher, because now you're gonna buy 3 more contracts instead of 1. So you definitely break even faster, but it's just your delta. You just have to watch how much is your delta, because if your delta is very low, it may
So,
take quite some time to go
so
high.
the delta is basically for every $1 increase, what do you get, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah, it cannot be this then. I don't know what this is showing delta.
Yeah, you can send it to me via private message. I'll take a look at it for you.
Sure, I'll do it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So, any more questions before we go? Because it's really 9 o'clock, guys.
What is your strategy taking profit for
Which one?
both the accounts, like a long term and a short term?
What is my strategy for my long term?
Taking profit.
Oh, taking
Mostly
profits
short
on my
term will
long
help,
term.
I think. Yeah.
Okay. For my long term right now, I mean, I have a couple of long terms. So far, I have Nvidia, and I am up about 70%. I am not selling my Nvidia. I have UNH, just like with you guys. This thing hasn't even gone up yet, so I'm still holding. Just remember, guys, we saw Nvidia when it was $900 to $1,200, and it's only how much now? 150 maybe, 160? How much is it now?
Oh, that's after the split, right? They split the stock.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
after.
that's
Yeah, but that thing, how much? 177. So if I'm going to hold this long term, I'm gonna wait.
The
I'm
AI
telling
story, but the AI story, right now Nvidia has the best chips. What if there's so many semiconductor companies, and what if somebody else, like China or I don't know, or AMD or somebody comes up with a better chip, right?
well, we're definitely gonna see that on the price action, right? We're definitely gonna see that. Just like everybody wants to come up with a better. But the point is, if that somebody come out better, what is the market cap of that somebody? What is who you're competing with, right? And just like the bigger company, like Meta, right? Facebook, he doesn't want competition. What do? Instagram got better than Facebook. What the CEO did, bought the company. They always have strategy, guys. And
Yeah,
Nvidia has the biggest, look at the market cap of this bad
that's
boy.
true.
So if they ever come up with something, what do you think Jensen's gonna do? I mean, come on, guys. It's a smart dude. You should teach Elon Musk how to speak, and Tesla will do a lot better. Strong buy, Nvidia. Target price supposedly is 195. Let's go take a look at how much Nvidia could go. 195 according to analysis. We got 199 here. Well, it's enough. You could get to 299, 286, all the way to 310. If you would like to get crazy, hold on.
Yes, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Oh, yes. I was trying to find the Zoom call for last week for when you went over the PowerPoint. I couldn't find it.
Actually, I was in the process of doing it, but I just need to do a thumbnail. I have to work on that first. I have it recorded. I just needed to do a thumbnail for YouTube.
Okay.
I have it recorded. So this one for NVIDIA, according to Fibonacci extension, 200%. If this becomes so bullish to 52, 533 to 618. Okay, don't get so excited yet. Okay, so but there is a higher chance that it could happen to that.
Wow.
Yeah. So NVIDIA is it's really good market cap, and how many times it's split 4-1 on 2021. When did it split again? How many split NVIDIA had already? Twice, right? There
4.
you go. Yeah. 2024 we had a split here.
2024.
1, 2, so far 2.
Before the split, how much was it? 700, right? Or
It was
1100?
one time it was like $1,200 to
Oh,
$900, right? And then we got a split again.
1220.
How much?
1220 split.
1220. See that? And that was after a split too. You went high again. So
Miss Mary, you're not taking Palantir into your long term?
I have Palantir. I don't have Palantir long term. I'm swinging Palantir.
Okay. Yeah, it's
Everyone has Palantir.
priced high also now, but
Yeah,
yeah.
it is higher.
Did you
Even
take profit
NVIDIA.
on balance sheet on 190? How do you know it's gonna go back? Like, right now it's 158.
No, because it was so high, 190 for Palantir was so high.
So did you take profit at the time?
No, I saw my Palantir at 131 and I waited for a pullback. It never happened. And
It's gonna happen. It's really
yeah,
gonna happen. This thing
recently I
is
bought at
higher,
150, just a
95.
starting position.
It's too high for Palantir. It's just we have 4 days to finish this candle. This is going to be the first rejection candle. We had a rejection candle here, and then we had a red. One red is not a bad day. Red is just a one pullback, guys. Okay. If you're afraid of that, just look at the monthly. One red is okay. It's just a pullback. We are due for a pullback. We are way overbought, 95, 94% for Palantir. So we are really due for a pullback. Take a look at the weekly.
Or should I sell and take profit on the recent one I bought? I bought at 150 cost.
We do have a bearish divergent in here. We've
Sell it
been
right
having
now.
bearish divergent.
It
So
will go 130.
oh,
That's what
maybe
the
then I
rumor
should
said.
have sold, but I was scared like if it keeps going up,
there's a key support in the 145 level to 142. What is this?
Yeah,
142. Yeah,
142.
hit right here, 142 rejection here. So we have a bearish divergent here. But remember, oscillators are always lagging. So we really need a space. This monthly is way, way overbought. We need this to cool down. It needs to cool down. Cool down, at least go below here. This continue to move higher.
But 142 is a good support, so maybe it won't go below that. Or...
You guys should be watching Josh's videos. He just made a video yesterday talking about Palantir.
There you
And
go.
he
Yeah,
said,
I saw that.
he said, don't sell it if you're not losing money.
Yep.
Because it's gonna come back up.
It's gonna go back up. Yep. Let me see. But we are due for a pullback though, Ertuan. We are really due for a pullback.
Josh said the bought buy at 142.
42 was a key support too on the weekly right here.
Right, that's what he said.
Yep.
Buy at
That's why I
142.
bought at 150. I said if it's going down, I'll DCA,
Yeah. So, but Palantir has still have room to the upside on the weekly. The monthly moves very slowly, but we are really due for that pullback. And if that pullback happens, everybody's gonna be panic sale. Yeah, respected our Fibonacci retracement on the 61 with a rejection here. So this was a good pullback right here. So it was a good pullback on the weekly. We did break the divergent though, not confirmed. But if we follow this trend line, the divergent is not confirmed to continue to go down. But the signal we crossed below the signal line. So that's like a early signal that, hey, we may definitely need a pullback. But this one gives us a rejection candle. Retracement is about 61%, so it's a good, healthy pullback. We would like to have a green candle here, green candle. Otherwise, we do have this level too as a key support.
I'm sorry, Miss Mary, question about placing bids for like buy orders. So if 142 is a key support for Palantir, does it make sense to put in an order for, at that price right now? Because I always watch, and then I miss the entry.
If you're afraid to put the very bottom on the support, right? Put it higher, a little bit, like 145. Yes, there's a difference between 142 to 145. Just like I said before, I'm okay to be slightly above the support than buying the very bottom, because you want a confirmation that this thing will continue to go higher. So if you keep missing that 142, oh, I missed it, let me go ahead and buy 145. I'm okay to lose that $3, because now you got to ask yourself, where is your take profit level? If you tell me 180 and then you're complaining about that $3, something is wrong, right? You're going to be greedy about missing that 142 and you did not enter in 145 or 146 and your take profit is going to be in the 180. That's something's wrong.
Right.
However, even if you buy, just the first thing you have to know is, where is my support and resistance? How much money I'm willing to lose? And then last one is your take profit. Where's my take profit level? If this is my take profit level, 187, and it is currently 158, 157, 100, and right here, the difference is this to this. That's about like what, $30 difference? Then I'm okay. But, okay. More confirmation to go up. This is your first resistance right here. 169 to 172 is your first resistance. However, this is just a pullback. If we cannot go above 163 tomorrow, then it's just a pullback to continuation to go to the downside all the way here. Here first, then here. We're so bearish. Look at that. On the daily, what is our first local resistance? 21, right? Where's my MAs? Where's my MAs? I don't know where's my MAs. Okay, so this is the 40, this is the 4-hour, respected my 200 and 325, consolidate around here. So let's go ahead and do a trend line. A full confirmation to the upside is above 21 EMA now. So we still need to be above 163 to be bullish to get here. 172, 173. So confirmation to the upside is above 163 according to 4 hours. All the way testing to 172, 170 is your resistance. Okay, but if we start trading above right here, and then it's going to be bullish. You have this small hurdles though, right here.
Above what level?
A confirmation to go upside is above 166.
166. Yeah.
You know, it had a morning star pattern. So
Right here.
if it got bigger than that big red candle, it's gonna go.
Yep.
It's gonna go up, Palantir.
Yeah, but it's just that monthly is just really, really
Weekly, yeah.
right there. It needs more space. It needs to calm down a little bit to continue its move to the upside. Right now, it's just way overbought on the 95. This thing could get to 100%. Yes, it can go. And this thing is a monthly, so this is a very slow moving. The weekly had given us more space to the upside, but we have that divergent right here.
Ms.
Miss
Mary.
Mary, is drawing a Fibonacci easy thing to do? Quickly,
Yeah.
are you able to show, or you have a video on it or something?
I did it today earlier, but you
Oh
could
my
watch the video
God, you
again.
did it? Okay.
I did. So you can watch this video. It's being recorded. So it's 9:30, 9:21. So I've
The
been in
video will
class for
come
2 hours.
tonight?
This takes long, so this is 2 hours and 30 minutes. So it's gonna synchronize on my computer. So it's maybe tomorrow, but first I have to do a thumbnail for the last class on the Sunday, and then I'll do a second thumbnail for this. It's time consuming, guys, to do this.
Yeah.
Okay, so after that I'll design the thumbnail for both video, and I'll put it, I promise, this week.
Thank
For
you.
both. And then you guys could watch the
Oh my
Fibonacci
God, I feel
retracement,
like a bummer I missed it. Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
and then the Fibonacci extensions and retracement is there. I have taught it multiple times. You could just review it, okay?
Sure, I'll look at old videos if this.
Yes. All right, guys. You have
And
a great
also,
night.
Miss Mary, I want to give our group a stock UAL. It's come in the golden cross now.
All right. Maybe shoot me a message on the stocks that you want me to take a look at real quick, and then I'll submit it to you guys tomorrow morning. Is that okay?
Okay, sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Thank
All
you
right.
all.
Thank you
Thank
so much.
you.
Thank
Have a
you
great
so
night.
much. Thank you.
Okay, thank
Appreciate
you.
it.